Hello, very good evening to all the educators on the day number 6 for International Bootcamp on Coding, Artificial Intelligence and Robotics for School Educators. So here we are presenting you the closing ceremony of the level 2 bootcamp under this bootcamp. So I hope you are all ready and set to for starting for this session. So we'll be just shortly starting in 1 more minute. Till the time, I would like to introduce my colleague Tina. Hello, Tina.
Hi, Ayush. Good evening. Very warm greetings to all our dear educators who joined with us for this International Bootcamp Level 2 closing ceremony. I'm more than grateful to be here and welcome you all to this closing ceremony. Let's wait for 2 more minutes so that all our educators can also join.
So till the time before the session, actually me and Tina were discussing about the journey by the educators in this boot camp, which had 2 levels, and it was really amazing to see educators coming up from around the world. Of course, getting them enhanced on artificial intelligence, robotics. Not only that, but the educators were sharing their activities on Telegram and YouTube, and that was really superb to see. Definitely with this, the students around you, around all the other educators are going to be motivated, and definitely they would be coming to you to ask how exactly they can get this opportunity. So here in this session, we are going to talk about lot many things which we wanted to share to you. And for that, of course, Tina would be telling you about the agenda of the session. So before that, I think this is the right time to start. And I think, Tina, now we can start our session. Yeah.
So, before moving forward, we have to discuss about our collaborators. International Bootcamp program is hosted by STEMpedia and we have ARTPARK as our co-host, that is by IISc Bangalore. We have been supported by Niti Aayog, that is Atal Innovation Mission, which is a part of central government's education system in India. It's a pleasure to have All India Educators Forum and American Indian Foundation to be as our community partner and to help in and helping us to reach our maximum. We have been supported by many international partners: Purpose Smart Education, Palestine, National Institute of Education, Singapore, Apex Coding Academy, Egypt, Informatics Tunisian Association, Tunisia, and EduStream, UAE. Now it's time to tell about the agenda of this closing ceremony. We'll be talking about Educators Bootcamp program and we'll understand the ecosystem. We'll give an overview of AI Ambassador program. We were talking all about resource sharing in all these days. We'll be discussing of resource sharing for educators as well as to the students. And finally, we'll be distributing the certificate and the badges. When talking about the International Bootcamp program, there were more than 2,258 educators joined with us from more than 100 plus countries all around the world. We are extremely happy to see all the educators and as they joined in our community, educators community, sharing their projects, helping other educators also in this bootcamp program. We are extremely happy. And these are some good feedbacks that we received, and a few of them we are showcasing here. And we are highly motivated and very thankful to see all of these good feedbacks. Now, Ayush, I request Ayush to take it forward for discussing the ecosystem and about the ambassador program. Over to you, Ayush.
Yeah, sure. Thank you, Tina. So as Tina mentioned that it was really superb to have wonderful and amazing comments as well as the feedback from all the educators around the world. So it keeps us always motivated to bring the best what we have. And of course, we want these things not to be just rested for you, but we want these things to be even shared towards the students. As you know that our main motive is to empower ourselves so that of course we can empower the young minds. Now, of course, the things comes up related to how we can help our students all around the world to empower them. So as an STEMpedia, we always have a vision of creation of an ecosystem where together with all the educators and all the resources what we have, we can bring the knowledge of artificial intelligence, robotics in a hands-on manner so that everyone can learn about it. So now I would be discussing about some of the things, starting with the AI part, that is why exactly this is so important and why exactly we are focusing on this every time, that the students should learn about it, that educators should learn about it. Because if we are going to see, it's of course one of the 21st century skill for the students to learn, as it is going to help them to develop high order thinking, uh, problem solving skills, creativity, and of course this is going to bring an innovative ideas inside them. Apart from it, coding, as an AI and robotics provided early exposure of coding in a fun and engaging way to the kids. So we want the students to learn these things so that they are very ready with the future opportunities. Like, it's not about only the opportunities to secure the job, but we also want students to come up as an entrepreneurs. So this is one of a major reason we want students to learn these things, educators to learn these things, and then transfer their knowledge to the students, as is going to create $15.7 trillion of new economic value in the coming future. So I hope you can now understand how exactly it is more important as an educator to share this knowledge. Now, as an STEMpedia, how we are trying to bring up this under one umbrella is, of course, we have a complete one solution which can help the students around the world to learn these things and, of course, enhance them for the future skills, or I should say future opportunities. These things are also undertaken by the NEP 2020 in India. So we are also focusing on that. And of course, we have developed each and everything what we have, focusing on not only India, but focusing on around the world, what exactly the things are going around the world, which the major part where comes up here is about the structured curriculum. We don't want students to learn uh, by finding the resources, but of course we want them to learn through a curriculum so that it's little more easier, as well as more towards perfection, that what exactly is needed in their grades. So we have developed the structured curriculum, which is an year-long curriculum from class 3rd to 12th, where it is not going to only help the students to learn the things, but also we are going to help educators to implement that in their institutions and schools. Now, we have also seen the major challenge as a platform. Some platforms are open source, some are like have some capabilities, some don't have other capabilities. So here, basically, we are using a PictoBlox that has all the capabilities to make the students learn about AI, robotics in fun and engaging way. Apart from it, a very important part is AI and Robotics Lab. As you already have done and hands-on with the Quarky, so I hope you might have got that how exactly it is going to affect to the students when they would be doing a hands-on activity. So that is why we focus on the physical as well as the hands-on activity, and where we have an AI and robotics lab, which not only have the Quarky, but other important kits as well as the other important technology things, which can of course give an students an idea that what exactly has to be learned, how exactly it has to be learned, and how exactly they have to implement these things for their future. So one of a very amazing setup you would like to see here is, of course, from our early partner, that is Eklavya Learning Innovation Sandbox for NEP. This lab is situated at Bangalore, so you can see how well the lab setup is, that it has the multiple core keys, it has a well furnished places to sit for the students, learn the things with all the necessary as well as important technology stuff inside it. Now, we want basically other educators as well as other institutions to come up as well as involved in these activities and get these things as a takeaway for their institution, so that they can, of course, get an implementation idea of the complete AI ecosystem in their own institutions. So now I would like to just play a small video here.
Ayush, audio is not.
Using an IR sensor, it is able to move itself throughout the line. So we call it as a line follower. So what happens in IR sensor is, there are two LEDs. Okay, one is sending out the infrared light. Second.
So STEMpedia basically teaches students how to build basic robots like line following robots, obstacle detecting robots, sensing robots, etc. And students will definitely have fun learning all these fun activities. And if you're also willing to join our team as a student, you can also check the description. I'll be giving some details in the description box.
Okay, let's start. Yeah, grab it. Take the robot and the ball both of them. Oh, great, great. Come on, catch the ball. So I hope you have enjoyed the video, and definitely it was an amazing time spending with the students over the Eklavya Learning Center. And this happiness, how students not only just learned the concept, but they applied it. They learned how to make the gripper robots, and then how they can make the fun and engaging games like Robo Soccer. So this is our main idea, that students have to get these concepts in a way that they don't even feel bored. But of course, these concepts in future is going to help them a lot. Now the things come up that how exactly we are implementing these things. So we do this. Oh, I'm sorry. So we do this with our own software, that is PictoBlox. I think you might have already used it so many times, and you know how good it works with the phone as well as the smartphones, or whether it's working on laptop. And it's very much compatible with Mac OS, Windows, Linux, as well as the Android. Also, along with this, now you have already observed that PictoBlox is not only left with the block codings, but now you can even do the coding in Python. So these things are not now is something which only would be helpful for the students who are from the early grades, but even for the students who are from the higher grades. And of course, as we know that Python is one of the most important languages to be learned right now. So now the even students can learn the Python from the PictoBlox as well as use it for coding the Quarky. When we are talking about Quarky, so we are, as I mentioned, about an AI lab. So that consists not only the Quarky what you have, but it has many other important stuffs of the Quarky. You can see there are many add-ons which have like Mars rover, quadruple, robot localization robots, and many more others, humanoids. So these in combine make a complete ecosystem where students start with very basic of the coding, but towards the end they come up with so much of a big concepts of making Mars rover, and of course learning these things is going to help them a lot. Now our major focus is starting the concepts with very basics, like starting with LED description, then making them understand about the motions of the Quarky, of course, then talking about actuators and moving on to some of a very interesting concepts where they can make them autonomous robots, as well as some robots where they can even use artificial intelligence to work with car detection. And I hope some educators have already done this, so they know how exactly it feels when they come up with an outcome after understanding a concept. They are able to apply it on the board. So that basically is our main goal. Now, how exactly we are getting it more closer for the student is through our learning management system. So we have our own learning management system, which has a complete grade-wise curriculum, which is going to help the institutions to implement this complete ecosystem very easily, which would of course have the videos, the courses, quizzes, assignments, as well as the reports. So these reports would be, of course, checked by the educators like you, and you would be, of course, will be leading the programs in your own schools and the institutions. And this is not going to only help the students to do the things in the institution and the schools, but this is also going to get them a easy way out doing the things when they are at home, as they would be able to access these learning management system, the course material and everything, even sitting at their home using the smartphone as well as the laptop. Now, of course, to implement this, there is very necessary that the educators should have all the resources, and they should be very, very well understood by the complete plan as well as the complete understanding of these things. So there comes the part of course, capacity building as well as helping the teachers and the educators with the resources. So we have developed all the complete resources, which would include the teacher lecture slides, activity sheets, worksheets, as well as the lesson plans to execute the class without any, I should say, to execute the class without any problem. Where activity sheets, you can see we have, even if it is required, these can be printed and even distributed in the students at your institution, which would be very easy and as well as a very interesting way to getting the students learn and do the activities. Where it would also have the complete detail of the activity, complete details, how exactly the final output has to be brought up. And for the educators, the teacher slides, the lecture slides, as well as I should say the lesson plans is going to help them to take a complete lesson in a very, very smooth way. Now, of course, this was the part where we talked about that how exactly this complete execution would be there. But apart from it, after this, there is a very important part, that is we also have our competition, that is Codever. So this is a small statistics from the last Codever. So Codever is an international competition which is organized by the STEMpedia and other collaborators, where we give the students international platform where they can of course perform and come up with the activities what they have learned, come up with the projects what they want to make with their visions and showcase it to world. So if you'll see it here, we had more than 68,000 teams where there were more than 65 plus countries where the students came up, and more than 500 schools participated in this competition. So in this competition, as I mentioned, of course, it gives students a benefit to not only learn what they to showcase what they have learned, and also it creates a complete ecosystem where the students as well as the teachers are interacting and talking about the things within final vision, so that they can of course get in I should say wonderful outcomes in the competition. Now, if you like, I would also like to share, these are some of the projects which was from the last year, where more than, you can see we had more than 1 million projects where students came up with an amazing projects like G1, AI Hospital, automated software for AI and ML suite, Pharma Doctor, detector of automated online doctor and teacher. So these all are basically all the projects which have came up with the students after learning from, of course, the I should say their own educators who were well trained as well as well uh, sufficient with the AI part, and that is what we have tried to do in this complete boot camp. And I'm very sure that all our educators are now at that point where what they have learned, they now want to implement that. So it could not be better that you can implement these ecosystem, you can implement these competitions and complete setups for your students, so that of course it can be more beneficial for them. Now, also, if I want to share you about our experiences, so these are some of the pictures where we have set up the AI labs. So there are more than 400 labs all around the world where we have set up, which is of course helping the, I should say, the students and the educators to know and get little more close to the understanding of AI and robotics. So now a very important part, that what's next coming up with the STEMpedia and what's next coming up related to the PictoBlox. So I would like to share that we are going to come up with a very new and an amazing features in PictoBlox just in few months, or I should say, I can say just in few weeks, where we would be using some of the models which would be internally in the PictoBlox to train not only the objects, but also to train many other things like text recognition. You would be able to do all things just inside the PictoBlox of machine learning. You would be able to detect the objects, you would be able to detect the hand recognition. So we would be able to somewhere train our own personal models inside the PictoBlox. So you can just definitely think how exactly the PictoBlox is getting so much big features coming up, and there is a high, I should say, opportunity for also educators to try these things, learn with the early way out with us, and join our innovation army. So now how exactly educators can join our innovation army is, we are coming up for them about the STEMpedia Ambassador Program. So what exactly the Ambassador Program is, so I'll just give you a small overview, where I would like to tell you about that we are mainly asking the educators to join us as an ambassador. I should say join STEMpedia, representing STEMpedia in their own institutions as an AI ambassadors, where they would be helping the complete institution to execute the things, as well as you would be having a many opportunities in this program, which would be somewhere monetary, there would be some non-monetary, there would be some personal growth and many other things. So this, I should say, complete ambassador program is for the educators who wanted somewhere in down the line to work as an ambassadors for AI, to propagate this knowledge what they have learned in their own institutions and around the world. It's not only about their own institution, but of course you can even work around the world, having the workshops, having some discussions on AI with the students and other educators. So we would be always supporting you for that. Now, how exactly you can be part of this program which is coming up? So here we have a small form to fill. So we want all the educators who have joined us to please take a small time right now and fill up this form, which is going to help them to be part of the STEMpedia's education innovation army. So there would be many things where we would be asking you would be I should say joining us for testing. So the new PictoBlox with the new features would be somewhere out little early for our own ambassadors, where they can test the PictoBlox, they can work it out, they can share us their feedbacks, and of course, as I mentioned, there would be some monetary as well as non-monetary benefits. Of course, that we would be coming up in details. But to keep you updated about all the programs and the things which we are coming up, we would kindly request you all to please scan this QR code, as well as please fill up the form link, which would be shortly shared on the chat. Also, this link would be in the description box. So if you're not watching us live, you do not need to worry. You can anytime fill that ambassador program, contact us, so that of course we can help you, support you to create this wonderful ecosystem being as an AI ambassador. So you can always feel free to contact us. So here are some of our contact details. So you can directly send us email on bd@thestempedia.com. Do not forget to visit our website, that is www.stempedia.com. So here we have the phone numbers. So also, even if you are going to fill the feedback form, of course, our team is going to contact you, connect with you, and would hear from you that how exactly you want to bring this change in the world, where students would be learning these things, AI, seeing you, of course, as well as you would be somewhere helping them down the line to get them in good understanding on all these concepts. So now I would be talking about the resources, right? So as I mentioned, that we would be also sharing some of the resources. So for that also, we want that all the educators should fill this feedback form. Okay, this is where we are going to get in our contact, as well as we would be able to share you the resources. So this is very important that you fill this feedback form, and you, I should say, will get the resources from us, so that of course you can start with a small program at your local area, and we are going to support you with that. So educational resources would of course contain the teacher slides, which you can use to teach the students. And also we are planning to, as we have already mentioned, that we are going to give you the access for the students, where students would be in your own class under the LMS. So you would be given an access of 25 students, where you can enroll 25 students on the LMS, and then of course conduct the classes for them. So I hope you all are filling these forms, and you are very much comfortable in filling this form. And if you're getting any doubts, you can put it on the chat. So Tina, please let me know if we have any doubts from any of the educators from the chat.
Sure, Ansh.
So as I mentioned, for AI resources, I should say for the teacher resources, student resources, and knowing all about our AI ambassador program, how you can join our innovation army, this is the only link we would kindly request you to fill, so that it can help us to know you better and get you the things on time. So again, I would request, if you have not till now filled up this survey form, please fill it up so that we can share you the things. Now, coming to a very important and a most awaited part, where we wanted to talk about your certificates and your badges. So with with the permission of our mentors, we are now unlocking all the certificates and your new badges, where you would be getting a badge of AI and robotics educator, which I would show you how you are going to access. And also now you would be able to download your own certificates of level 2. So as promised, we have separated two different certificates of level 1 and level 2, as well as now this is the second batch, of course, AI and robotics educator batch, which you can access from your dashboard. So I would not take more time to showcase you how you can get it. So I'll directly jump into the LMS, and I hope that if you are, of course, somewhere down the line where you are waiting for the certificates as well as you're waiting for the badges, that means you have already undergone with a complete LMS structure and understanding. Still, if you have not understood it, so let me just give you an idea. Please log into ai.thestempedia.com. Under my courses, the courses you have enrolled, that is, if you have enrolled for level 1 bootcamp and level 2, that would be visible under the my courses. Once you will click it there, you would be able to see both the bootcamps. So right now we are talking about level 2. So I'll click it here, and here you can see you have to basically check the first important point, that whether your course is 100% complete or not. So I hope this is pretty visible, that you have to check it here that you have completed your course 100%. Okay, so this is very, very important. Till the time you are not going to complete this 100%, it is going to be difficult for you to get the certificate. So you have to get it complete 100%. Now, how exactly you are going to get this thing completed? So let me just, yeah. So to complete the course 100%, you have to make sure that you have completed by going in every content and as well as submitting all the assignments under every sessions. And at the end, it's very important in the closing ceremony as well. You have to get inside the closing ceremony. Okay, the first would be, of course, the STEMpedia AI in robotics resources. So you would be clicking it here. Make sure that if you have not filled the form, you would be filling it from here. So you can fill this from here. Right now I have completed this. So, but in your case, there would be option coming up here, mark as complete. So you will get an option here, mark as complete, as I have already completed it. So it's not showcasing to me. Once you have done it, you have to go to the closing ceremony part last, okay, closing ceremony survey. And a very important part here is you have to just get this mark as completed. So this is going to get you an understanding that you have completed all the courses. Once it's done, you would be able to find it complete, and just going back to your courses and clicking on level 2, you would be able to get, you will be able to see that you have earned a certificate, which you can directly click here on download certificate. So you would be able to download your own certificate. Now, do not forget to please share your certificate on the social media, okay, tagging STEMpedia as well as AI with PictoBlox. So you can see this would be the certificate which you would be able to download. And a very important part, that you can also showcase your badge which you have earned. So let me just show you. You have to click on my courses. Once you have clicked on my courses, you would be able to see option of badges here. So under my courses, you would be able to see an option of badges. Okay, and here you have to click here. Basically, you have to click on the badges option. And once you have clicked it here, you would be able to see all the badges you have earned. So till now, I have earned 2 badges. So of course, this was the STEMpedia AI Educator badge, and this is STEMpedia AI and Robotics badge. So you can just click it here. Once you will click it, you would be able to see the badge with your own details. You can click on verify, it would be verified. Also, you have an option to please share it. So you can click on LinkedIn, you can directly add it to your own profile or share it as a post. So in this way, basically, you would be able to share your own badges. Also, you can click on verify to check the authenticity of the complete badge. You can see it has been issued on 3rd of July by STEMpedia Education Hub. And here you can see issued to, so it was issued to Mr. Devin. And this is how exactly you can access your badges, showcase it to the complete world. And a very important part is that we want you to showcase it to world, as well as let us know that you are sharing it. And you can let us know that just by tagging hashtag STEMpedia as well at the rate STEMpedia, as well as hashtag that is PictoBlox with AI. And so I hope you might have got a complete understanding how exactly the things have to be learned. The 2 very important steps. The first is, of course, as I mentioned, that you have to fill up the survey form, a feedback form. And the second is you have to download your certificates, open your badges, just share it to the social media tagging STEMpedia, as well as you can share it and tagging hashtag PictoBlox with AI. So I think that was all which I wanted to cover. So yeah, Tina, would you like to add anything?
Sure, Ayush. Thank you, Ayush, for giving us a complete understanding of our ecosystem and about the AI Ambassador Program. This moment, I would like to thank all our partners who have made such a great effort in bringing up all the educators. And on behalf of entire STEMpedia, I would like to thank you for making this International Bootcamp program a huge success. Next, I would like to thank all the educators all around the world for joining us and making this program a huge success. All the educators, kindly share your certificate and badge on the social media with the tagline at STEMpedia and hashtags the STEMpedia and AI with PictoBlox.
Yeah, so again, I would also like to thank all the educators for being part of this complete bootcamp journey. I hope you have all enjoyed it. You are already a part of Telegram community, so we want you to keep sharing your knowledge there with the other educators, sharing the things with us. Also, we want you to be part of it for forever, actually, so that of course we can keep you updated on the things. We can keep you bringing more boot camps, more things for your own students. So by this, I would like to end our today's closing ceremony. And it was really amazing to have all the educators. A kind request, do not forget to fill up the feedback form, share your earned badges as well as the certificate on the social media. Tagging is tagging at the rate STEMpedia as well as hashtag PictoBlox with AI. So that is all I wanted to cover. And if you are not watching this session live, don't worry. You would be getting a form link on the description box down below for the ambassador form, ambassador of AI. So with this, thank you, everyone. Thanks all the collaborators as well as educators for being part of this. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you once again all for joining. Take care. Bye-bye.